Hello everyone, welcome to Inspiring Life channel. Today I will tell you the powerful and emotional true story of Anne Frank, the young girl whose diary changed the world. Her story is not just about pain and war, but about courage, hope, and the strength of the human heart. Anne Frank was born on June 12, 1929 in Frankfurt, Germany. She lived with her parents Otto and Edith Frank and her older sister Margot. She was a cheerful and smart girl who loved reading, writing, and dreaming about becoming a writer or actress one day. But when Anne was only 4 years old, her family's life changed forever. Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party came to power in Germany, spreading hate against Jewish people. Because the Franks were Jewish, they had to leave their home and move to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, hoping to find safety. At first, Anne was happy again. She made new friends, learned Dutch, and went to school. She laughed, played, and dreamed of a bright future. But then, in 1940, the German army invaded the Netherlands. Slowly, new laws appeared that made life harder for Jewish families. They were not allowed to go to certain schools, parks, or even ride bicycles. They had to wear a yellow Star of David on their clothes to show they were Jewish. Anne was only a little girl, but she could already feel that her world was changing. In July 1942, when Anne was 13, her sister Margot received a letter from the Nazis. It said she had to go to a labor camp. The family knew what that meant. So Anne's father decided they must go into hiding. Their hiding place was inside Otto Frank's office building in Amsterdam. Behind a movable bookcase, there was a secret door that led to a hidden space called the Secret Annex. There Anne, her parents, her sister, and 4 other people hid together. For 2 long years, they could not go outside. They had to walk softly, whisper during the day, and live in fear of being discovered. But Anne found a way to stay hopeful. She began writing in her diary, a birthday gift she had received just before going into hiding. She called her diary Kitty, and it became her best friend. In her diary, Anne wrote about everything. She wrote about the people she lived with, her thoughts, her fears, and her dreams. She wrote about wanting to be a writer. She wrote about the world outside that she could no longer see. Even though she was surrounded by darkness, Anne's words were full of light. She once wrote, "In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart." Imagine that, my friends, a young girl living in fear every day, still believing in goodness. Anne's diary was more than paper and ink. It was a message of hope, faith, and courage. She also wrote, "I want to go on living even after my death," and she did. On August 4, 1944, their secret was discovered. The Nazis arrested everyone in the annex. They were sent first to a camp called Westerbork and later to Auschwitz. Later, Anne and her sister Margot were taken to another camp called Bergen-Belsen. There, in early 1945, both sisters died of illness and hunger. Anne was only 15 years old. After the war ended, Anne's father Otto Frank was the only one who survived. When he returned to Amsterdam, one of the family's helpers gave him Anne's diary. At first, Otto could barely read it, but then he realized that Anne's voice must be shared with the world. In 1947, he published the diary. The world was deeply moved. The words of a young girl who dreamed of peace touched millions of hearts. The book became one of the most widely read and loved diaries in history. It has been translated into more than 70 languages. Anne Frank became a symbol of hope, courage, and the human spirit. Her story reminds us that even in the darkest times, we must never lose faith. Her diary teaches us that words can change the world, that even if our voices are small, they can still echo forever. Today, the building where Anne hid is a museum. Every year, millions of people visit to remember her and learn her story. Anne's message is simple but powerful. She showed that kindness is stronger than hate, that love is stronger than fear, that hope can survive anything. She once wrote, "How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." My friends, let us not wait either. Let us start improving the world today. Let us be kind, brave, and hopeful, just like Anne Frank. Her life was short, but her legacy is eternal. She proved that even one young voice can inspire generations. Anne Frank taught us that even when life seems impossible, hope can still bloom like a flower in the dark. Thank you for listening to this story on Inspiring Life channel. If you believe in the power of hope, please share this story with others. Let Anne Frank's light continue to shine in our hearts and in the world.